It's my jam. Is it your jam too? Hey, yeah. That's what a lot of my live streams are about. Yeah, well, fortunately, I can't do YouTube live stream because I don't meet the requirements. And the top requirement is you have 1,000 or plus subscribers. Bovi Pashko. I'm sure I don't have to translate that. So anyway. So, Diana. Hi. So, alright. So due to some technical problems with the audio yesterday, I've decided I'm gonna redo. Yeah, I'm gonna redo yesterday, so, maybe it's a little clearer, to hear, and I understand, if you can't hear it, bugs the heck out of me. I don't want you to watch the rest. I understand, totally. And also, I'm doing it on YouTube. Unfortunately, it's recording on YouTube, but it's not live streaming because, like I said, I'm not famous enough. So, well, hey, I never thought I was. So, any road. So, I would do it on Facebook, but there are a lot of people that, don't use Facebook. And you know what? That is completely fine. It is. I mean, I'm serious. It's fine. It's... Yeah, I have some not nice things to say about Facebook, so I'm not going to say it, though. So, and as you know, I'm not quite used to live streaming format, so you'll have to forgive me if no. Anyway, I actually was inspired anyway by one celebrity, Ricky Gervais, and he does actually a daily live stream because he can't go on his comedy tour, because nice little coronavirus thing, so he 6 o'clock British summertime every day. He live streams on Twitter, and it's called Ricky's Wartime Broadcast, and it's at 1 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time for those of us in the East Coast United States. So, and so I would probably make it 10 o'clock West Coast time? Nah. Anyway, so, like I promised, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to redo this. Hopefully, you can hear it this time. And of course, watching Ricky Gervais's, live streams, I thought, well, why not give it a go myself? But then, then I answer my own question in my mind, because no one cares what you have to say. You've accomplished nothing in life, and you're a complete nobody. And you're a bit ugly. But then I asked several days ago on Twitter and the official Facebook page group for the Gerudo language. Yeah, it exists. It's been around forever. And I asked a simple question. I said, any suggestions? And to my surprise, people gave me some suggestions, stuff to talk about. And I'm like, wow, people do care. So that's cool. All right, so that's what I'll do. I will, I'll dedicate this live stream to answering some questions, right, and listen, I may be an ugly, complete nobody, but at least I'm a somebody who cares enough about the fans of this language to take time to answer questions or whatever. And I know you're not my fans. You're my language's fans. And that's perfectly okay. I know that. So, just to let you know, this language last month turned 16 years old. It started in the back of a classroom kind of thing. I mean, maybe not, but, and went from there, and finally put it on the internet a year later. So it's been online for 15 years. So, and here we are today, 2 different servers. And, well, I'm not going to explain why there was one server and now another. But the second one, I'm totally glad it's on the second server because it's much better. This server is a lot better. And it's, it was a perk for being a member of Language Creation Society. Have you heard of that? I'm sure a lot of you who are watching this have heard of it. But yeah, it's one of the perks you get to, if you have a language and you want to make a website for it, go ahead. Well, in my case, I already had all the files, all of the, and it's through HTML. So I use HTML, so old school. That's how I updated HTML. Fun stuff. It feels so nerdy. But it's not. It'd be nerdy if it was 1996. So anyway, I already had all the HTML files ready to go. Did a couple tweaks here or there. Just uploaded everything. There you go. Simple. So, and thanks, David Peterson. David J. Peterson. Thank you. I just want to say thank you. So, and I didn't do that yesterday, so, I didn't really talk about that yesterday. But, so anyway, I went off the rails there. Let's get to business. Now, I was asked about grammar, how it works. And so, all right, if you don't mind, I'm going to use my book. So, it's already in here, and I can't improvise examples, on the spot. So, work with me here. Sorry, I know it's like cheating and stuff. And yes, this is my language, so I know what I'm doing. I just get, stage fright. All right, so and it is, so the grammar, or Taizi, and it's lesson 4, Esprose, in the book, but, So, now what makes Ehenív grammar unique, and I'm sure there's other languages around the world that use the same kind of thing, is 3 things. 3 top things, at least. I mean, there's more, I'm sure, but these are my 3 top. So, it lacks verb conjugation based on subject pronouns. Now, if you've taken French, Spanish, German class, all that stuff, you know exactly what that is. Nouns have genders attached to them, and it changes the definite article. For example, le café, the coffee, versus, la maison, the house, and maison is feminine, la maison, and le café, coffee is masculine. We don't do that. And German does have gender neutral. Let's just put it this way. This language is gender neutral nouns. There is no fact, there is no gender at all. So, So, things like I, you, her, and they do not change a verb or its ending. Like, for example, like in French, there's to go, let's just say. Let's use the word to go. So in French, je vais, the infinitive being aller, aller. Je vais, I go. Tu vas, you go. Il va, he goes. And ils vont, those guys, you guys go. Or those guys go, excuse me. Nous allons, we go. And vous allez, you guys go. Yeah. So, like that stuff, you notice how it changed? Well, let's put it this way. When we're saying, like, in Ehenív, when we say he goes, I go, you go, that kind of thing, first of all, the word is sagt. That's the same as aller, A-L-L-E-R. However, unlike French, it's not conjugated, in Spanish, etc., right? It's not conjugated. Instead, to say, like, I go, you go, he goes, etc., you say, like, es sagt, I go. Be sagt, you go. April sagt, she goes. Otola sagt, they go. And bichol is kind of like saying vous, but, it means you all, but, rarely bichol is used, but, so, and verb, like I said, stays the same, and it's present tense. Present tense only, though, because it will change when the suffixes, with tenses, excuse me. And that goes into point number 2. Verb endings only change in the case of aspect or tense. And this means past tense, present tense, present progression, I should say. Yeah. So, for example, saktsu is going. That's like the ing ending. So, and that's also not, that's like, saktsu is ing, progression. Saktot is went. You already went. So, and the OT, that actually, okay, so the past tense suffix, to indicate past tense, is just T. However, in the case of if a verb ends in T, then an O is put in front of the T past tense ending. So from, saktot, because sakt just sounds too weird. So it's saktot. But, if you wanted to also say something like, walked, then it's just, quern is walk, quernt, and that's it, quernt, walked. So, progression, so you got that. Oh yeah, nouns don't have gender. I think I accidentally went over that. So, okay, well, like I said, you also don't conjugate, so. Alright. So, now, here is the basic structure. The horagido ax kartate, meat and potatoes. So, it's going to be first, object you were talking about. Second, subject. And 3, verb. Pretty mixed up, but you'll see what I mean. So, here's an example in the book. You need examples in the book. So, the example is vakasa veskedit, which is the object in question, and the object in question means like a ruby, the ruby, or the red jewel. Same word for, yeah. Vatif is the subject, and Vatif is the king, and why is the verb, and why means have. So the translation is the king has the red jewel. So, and, vakasa veskedit, object, the ruby, vatif, the king, subject, why, verb. So literally it translates to the red jewel the king has. And that's the literal straight up translation, not the correct English translation, but rather it's literally the red jewel the king has. That's the structure. So, suffixes, I've explained where they go and stuff, the official website, free to use, by the way, it explains a lot of this stuff in detail. You don't have to look at the book. You just go to the website, boom, free to use, yeah, it's fine. So, what other fun little verbs? Yes. So, another thing about grammar I should point out is, in the case of two verbs, you get a lot of this, and, just name any language and you get this. This happens a lot. English, Swedish, French, everything, right? So, in the case of two verbs, in one sentence, don't worry. Don't worry, it's not that hard. So, the verb that goes after the pronoun, for example, let's use am as in I am, goes at the end. So, okay? And then it is called the primary verb. It's primary verb, so the verb that is at the end of the sentence after the pronoun, that's primary verb. You'll see why. And I call it zitsaaso. Zitsaaso. First verb. So, and then the other verb, which is called vatanida saaso, or TS for short, that goes before the pronoun, and then after the pronoun is primary, so it's secondary verb, pronoun, primary verb. It'll all make sense. I'll wrap it right up for you. So, as an example from the book, sapaihanadana, that's the subject, rayane, and that's a time indicator, saktarsu, that would be, there you go, saktarsu, which is the secondary verb, s, pronoun, ata, primary verb. So, literally it means my hometown, today, leaving, that's I am. So, I put the, like in English it's like I am leaving. So, it's what you're doing. I am leaving, so I put that in the primary verb category. And saktarsu is the secondary. So, and the translation is, I am leaving my hometown today. So, that would be the two verbs. So, let's review. You got the subject right, and then a time indicator, A time indicator, it could also be like from, so, and then you got the saktarsu, which is our secondary verb, and then you got your pronoun, s, I, and then ata, which is your primary verb. And as I said, time indicators, those go before the pronoun or the secondary verb. So, it definitely goes after the subject. So, and an example of that, it all goes for a secondary verb, yeah. So, secondary subjects and pronouns. I'll not waste. This is an interesting one. I mean, yeah. For that, like, if you want to say, like, this and that are mine, gra ax piki saash. So, yeah, this and that, saaf, yeah, are mine. So, pretty easy stuff. And it's the same with adjectives, like, time indicators and adjectives. Now, that's the adjectives. If you want to say, like, yeah, my pretty cat, or then you just do sa ves lupethel, my pretty cat, literally. And that's fine, And if you're going to say, like, my cat is pretty, then it would be ves sa lupethelash. There you go. So the adjective up front, always before the pronoun and verb. All right? Is that cool? All right. So, I guess that's it. I hope that you can hear me better in this one. If not, I need to look into I don't know, just need to either not do it or, just go back to my Tumblr blogs, because, on Tumblr I just write whole blogs of this stuff, like, tons of good information there too, also free. So Tumblr, also free. And here on YouTube, actually, in my account, tons of, if you ever want to hear the language spoken, like, it's a little bit more than a demonstration. It's more like, full out skits and stuff, in the language. So, sort of like, oh, what would the Gerudo say? Oh, this is what, I mean. So yeah, check out the videos on this channel, so, yeah. And, the Tumblr blogs, gerudoshikyapril, I'll in below, I'll just put all the links down there for stuff, but lots of good free resources, and during this time of uncertainty, it's good to be able to, if you want to learn a language, do it for free, stuff like that. And so also I should say that if there is something that you feel that I should have covered, or that you may want, what do you want to hear about, you can always visit the official website, and and it's the official website. It's been up for a long time, different times on each server, but altogether the website's been alive for 15 years, so it's, and yes, in dictionary section, a little special treat, there are audio boxes right next to the words. So instead of just depending on the transliterated words, which you can still, it's transliterated, Latin alphabet kind of thing. But instead of depending just on that, you can actually hear how it sounds. What's it like? Oh, that's how that word is said. Even though that's what you see is what you get, especially if you look at the alphabet section, which also has audio clips. And another section of the website that has audio clips is the slang and insults. Oh yeah, and battle cries too. So, you might not need it, for writing fanfic, just the fact that even without the audio, it's still usable for fanfic with proper credit, by the way. If you're going to use the language, please let me know. And all you have to say is, created by such and such. There you go. Boom. That's all I want. It's free to use, and to learn the language is also free. And that's because it's the unofficial, or Ehenív is the unofficial language of the Gerudo tribe. It never has been official, even before Breath of the Wild. But I just like to say that my version of the language is Ocarina of Time era, which is 10,000 years long before Breath of the Wild, and languages change. That's how I get over it. Hey, English changed a lot. So did Norwegian, and and French. A lot of languages did that. So, Gerudo language is just another one of them. Still unofficial. And like I said, it never was, and that's because, Nintendo likes to give out lawsuits as if we're tossing candy in a parade, like candy on Halloween kind of thing. Don't want to risk it. So, and then the website, if you got time on your hands, totally go see it, go check it out, explore. It's a lot of fun. You can hear various, slang, and, you just, no swearing though. I mean, there's no real swearing. It's just things like, fips me tizetse, soft hands, like you've never worked a day in your life, that's real insult. Biggest insult though is mustelagzi, or mustelagt, dishonor, so those are fun. And so the website, and like I said again, I'm gonna put the links down below just in case you don't catch it. It is http://va-ehenív.conlang.org/gerudolang1.html. And it's spelled VA-EHENIV.conlang, CONLANG.org. And that's Gerudo Lang 1. Gerudo Lang 1. So, yeah. Also, and that's for more independent style learning, so. Now, if you are more of a Duolingo kind of learner, you prefer that kind of learning as opposed, you want a little more guidance, a little more, just more speaking skills, that kind of thing, then you may want to go to Memrise, and the the language is available for learning on Memrise, and that is, see if I can spell it correctly here, MEMRISE. It's memrise.com. And you'll find it there, and I'll have the link below so that you can go there quicker. So it's there, and the lessons are available in English, French, and German. Those are languages I'm pretty comfortable with, so, and I am working on the Spanish one, but, haven't had much time to really do it. So, the Spanish one's coming soon, but, for right now, there's English, French, and German, so, if you're not very good with English, but you want to learn the language and you're native German or French speaker, you're covered. You're good. It's all good. And, So, and it should be free. I mean, like Duolingo, you have to pay for premium membership, but I managed to maintain a free account on Memrise myself, so if I can do it, you can do it. So any one of those, and like I said, my Tumblr blog, there's a lot of other things too, like sort of like little mini lessons kind of thing if you prefer to read the lessons, and occasional audio links on there. You just click on the word, it gives you the, and that's the Tumblr, like I said, and YouTube also has videos of me speaking the language, how it should be spoken, what's it sound like. So that's fun, nice little educational thing. So, all right, and like I said, it's free. So, the only thing that'll cost you is the internet. So, the internet subscription, whatever. But after that, have fun, one ho. Have fun, one ho. So, I guess that's... All right, well, guess that's it then. If I haven't... if I haven't turned you into stone yet, or if you didn't really like this little chat, then I won't make one. I won't make another one. Just let me know, if you really did not enjoy this. Just let me know, and I won't do it. I'm done. I'll shut up, right? It's that simple. Seriously. You just say shut up, I'll shut up. Good. Okay. But, in any case, thank you so much for watching. And obviously, according to the the timer, it went a little bit longer than yesterday. So, And so if I do have an idea for my next, like live stream-esque video, and that's the pirate dialect. Oh yes, there is a pirate dialect of Ehenív, and it's for the Gerudo pirates in Majora's Mask. Oh yeah, it's a totally different dialect. Same basic language. So, with that said, remember, pastizetse ho zaimafkunde bias. Clean your hands for 20 seconds. Nyavu pas inha noma gerudoshikyapril. Stay in your house if you can. And most importantly, dimaili bipromen. Stay healthy. Takis axdalelu. Goodbye and good night.